War of the Worlds.
And I don't know what the hell happened to Putin.
President Trump frustrated from a lack of ceasefire in Ukraine. Going down the catwalk.
Honestly, I've been to several shows, and I can already tell this is the best one.
Coverage on one of Miami's biggest fashion shows. And the Cats looking for a win on the road.
Consecutive season are heading to the Stanley Cup Final.
These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Jose Carlos Rodriguez.
I'm Samantha Gutierrez. Today is Thursday, May 29th, 2025.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
A war of words this morning over a lack of ceasefire deals between Ukraine and Russia. President Trump is using several fronts to pressure over the lack of a deal.
As CNN's Laura Aguirre reports, Trump is doing what he can to try and get Russian leader Vladimir Putin back on the negotiation table.
I think this diplomacy is hitting a bit of a dead end.
Hope for a potential ceasefire between Ukraine and Russia just days ago, now eclipsed by new exchanges of savage drone and missile attacks.
Russia launched the largest aerial attacks against Ukraine since the war started.
He's killing a lot of people, and I don't know what the hell happened to Putin. I've known him a long time.
That was the president on Monday. Today, he was asked if he thinks Russia is serious about ending the war.
I can't tell you that, but I'll let you know in about 2 weeks.
The president says he's cautious about pushing new sanctions.
I think I'm close to getting a deal. I don't want to screw it up by doing that.
Russian sources tell Reuters that President Vladimir Putin is reiterating his demand of no more NATO expansion, and he wants the West to put that in writing.
To assume that he's going to embrace a written accord or a statement from anybody and be a signatory to that is foolish on our part.
Today's events follow an uncharacteristic but escalating war of words between Trump and Russia this week. On Truth Social Tuesday, Trump said that really bad things would have already happened to Russia if it weren't for him, and the country is playing with fire. This morning, a top Kremlin aide accused Trump of not being sufficiently informed about the Russian-Ukrainian confrontation. For his part, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky isn't waiting on the U.S. He arrived in Germany this morning to finalize a long-range missiles production deal, just hours after Ukraine struck Russian drone facilities near Moscow overnight. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Tariffs remain frozen today after federal courts ruled President Trump does not have the power to impose sweeping tariffs. The ruling came yesterday and includes the president's so-called Liberation Day tariffs. The Trump administration has appealed the ruling, and the markets had a positive impact, with the Dow and S&P and NASDAQ all climbing.
And this morning, Colombia's labor union are in the second day of a 48-hour strike in support of a referendum proposed by President Gustavo Petro. Demonstrations in Bogota began yesterday. This was an effort led for voters to decide whether to overhaul the country's labor laws. The president argues that the Congress is working against the interests of workers by repeatedly blocking efforts to reform labor regulations.
A cleanup is underway after a powerful storm rocks a neighborhood. Lightning sparks a house fire, and someone captures a rare waterspout on camera.
Caplin's Ivana Hiluski is live with more on what the neighbors saw and heard as the severe weather began.
Good morning, Jose and Samantha. So definitely a roller coaster of events. Neighbors say this event caught them off guard because it's not something they expect to see every day.
You know, you don't see it very often.
Oh my God. Thunderstorms came in Monday night. Mother Nature left her mark in the Waterford Lakes area with a roof caving in and partially destroying a home's attic. Orange County Fire Rescue says that home on Blue Water Circle got struck by lightning and started a fire. One person was inside at the time, but fire crew says he made it out safely.
I heard the lightning a couple times and it was extremely loud.
And just a mile away on Canary Island Court, Desiree Shear recorded this video of a water spout in the retention pond behind her home.
It was loud, so I look over there and it's starting to suck shingles off of the neighbor's roof. And I was like, oh, so I started filming it, and then it started to form really well over the water.
Shear says weather like this just comes with the territory.
It comes out of nowhere, like it's invisible. It's not like a tornado, you know, it's just starts out of nowhere and is there.
And storms like this are a reminder of how quickly Florida's weather can change and how unexpected it can be. Reporting live in North Miami, I'm Ivan Ilowski. Back to you guys at the studio.
A Florida man has been released on bond after his arrest for allegedly kidnapping his ex-girlfriend. Police arrested 21-year-old Julian Jaramillo early Tuesday morning. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office says Jaramillo placed a tracking device inside the victim's car, stole her keys from outside her home, and forced her inside the trunk of her car before driving off. Deputies pulled the car over and found the victim inside. The suspect has since been released on bond.
A family reunites this morning after a new footage surfaced of a Clearwater officer rescuing a nonverbal girl. The video was released earlier this week. The rescue happened on May 10 when the 8-year-old girl was separated from her family. The video shows the officer pulling the girl off a jetty, which was especially dangerous given that she did not know how to swim. The family was reunited safely.
The Panthers have to come from behind as they make a push to return to the Stanley Cup Finals.
And that's still ahead, and so is the story.
It's Miami, so Miami's always fun.
And the world's hottest fashion is walking the runway this week for Miami Swim Week. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Radcliffe Art and Design Incubator is the velocity accompanying the fellow's rudder, as in a boat. Unless there is movement or action, the planned direction is of little consequence. We encourage the creative ideas into action, and from the experience of doing, we critically assess the feedback, adjust, and set out to rediscover the potentialities of an entrepreneurial mindset.
Stand is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Fashion forward as top designers show off their creations here in South Florida. Miami Swim Week 2025 is officially underway, bringing fashion, flair, and purpose to the runway.
Caplin News' Paula Sirignano attended the opening night at Modrian South Beach and gives us an inside look you don't want to miss.
From bold designs to bold visions, Miami Swim Week isn't just about fashion, it's about impact. This year's kickoff celebrates style while supporting the Little Lighthouse Foundation, reminding us that fashion can do more than just turn heads.
Back for its 11th year, Miami Swim Week 2025 has transformed Miami Beach into the ultimate destination for swimwear. And with over 150 designers and multiple fashion events across the city, this year's kickoff is coming bigger and better.
Honestly, I've been to several shows and I can already tell this is the best one. It's beautiful, there's so much effort and everything. And I love it because I got to meet other influencers doing the same thing as me.
This year's kickoff combines fashion with a good cause, partnering with the Little Lighthouse Foundation, Miami Swim Week is using its platform to get back to the community.
All of the proceeds benefit the Little Lighthouse Foundation's Back to School program. 3,000 underserved children will be getting backpacks and school supplies at PAM, Perez Art Museum, Miami.
And this turned the opening show of Emma Savault into something truly special.
We have 10 children from Chapman Partnership with the Homeless opening up the show with 10 LLF influencers, Little Lighthouse Foundation influencers. So they designed their outfits with Emma Savault in her studio last Tuesday. They're going to be debuting that on the runway.
The energy at this year's kickoff is unmistakable and everyone wants in, with influencers and attendees alike capturing every moment, making waves far beyond the runway.
It's Miami, so Miami's always fun. It's like lively and it's fashion, and so I'm very excited to be here today. There's no better place to do Miami Swim Week.
The night took in the talent of Emma Savault with startling designs that took the audience's breath away with its sparkle and unique ensemble, giving it a bright start to a memorable week.
From style statements to social impact, Miami Swim Week continues to shine both on and off the runway. And with days of fashion still ahead, it's clear this is more than just a show, it's a movement. From Miami Beach, I'm Paula Sirignano, Caplin News.
And that's just the beginning. Miami Swim Week runs through June 1st with shows, panels, and parties across the city.
And the Florida Panthers make their third straight Stanley Cup Finals appearance after a dominant run in the Eastern Conference Finals. Back in Raleigh, Sergei Bobrovsky had a great defensive saves with 20 saves against Carolina Hurricanes in the first game of the series, clinching another ticket to the Stanley Cup Finals. The final score was Florida 5, Hurricanes 3. It is still not known who they will face off against for the title. The Edmonton Oilers are still leading the Dallas Stars 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals. You're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together,
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort
to get to know each other
on a deeper level. Father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Samantha Gutierrez.
And I'm Jose Carlos Rodriguez. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.